Hello there. I'm muted. And now I'm not. Hello. Welcome to Star Trek Online. Gee whiz, I did it again.
Yeah,
Welcome to Star Trek Lost Voyages. You can tell what other game I play. Yeah, wow, super pretty.
I didn't even notice.
Thank
I was like,
you.
yeah, we play Star Trek Online.
Yeah. We heard the
This
first
is
two
Star
words
Trek,
and
it's
zoned out for the
online.
rest of it.
Yeah.
To be fair, if it doesn't start off with a blunder, is it really Star Trek Lost Voyages?
I mean, is it really Tim's game if it doesn't start with a blunder? Let's be perfectly honest.
Were you muted for the first 5 seconds?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I muted myself.
Okay.
Yeah, totally muted. And then
Nice.
even the wrong game. Welcome to Star Trek Lost Voyages. I am the GM Tim.
Take two.
Professional.
Hi everybody.
Cut it in post.
Hi, TM Tim.
I'm surprised he didn't
the
go.
YouTube
I'm
won't
Tim.
have any of this.
Inflammable and flammable mean the same thing? Who knew?
Who knew?
Everybody.
I'm the GM Tim. Welcome to Star Trek Lost Voyages, episode 3. I mean, it's been a good, cool year so far, and we got our 3rd episode tonight, and then we're gonna take our Christmas break. I'm really excited, but we're just gonna kick right off into it. So, y'all have arrived outside of a planet that's been uncharted on any of your maps so far. It's in the Lihou system, and Lihou 4, you have found signs of life. You're detecting some light, low warp capability. You're thinking around like Enterprise era, like early Earth warp travel. Anything you've witnessed on long-range sensors has been like warp 1, 2, that kind of thing.
We're at Lihou, Dallas, Multipass.
Not Lihou, but okay. Sandy's been watching the old films again. Damn it.
Mandatory. Remember? Mandatory film night.
I forgot about mandatory film night. Do you know what? I'm going to make that a list that I'm going to post. You and I should make Zanny's mandatory film night lists. We're going to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
The Fifth Element was last week.
Which one?
The Fifth Element.
All right.
Which is in the holodeck. Sofek just programs himself into the holodeck so he doesn't actually have to go.
All right. This is first contact protocols.
Right.
And you've done long range sensors so far. The planet looks like they're kind of like aware of other species. It's not going to be some sort of like religious shock that you're arriving, but you don't detect any kind of massive warp culture at the moment.
Right, but they have passed the warp threshold. So.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well, are there any ships in orbit or anything like that?
There is one, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess opening hailing frequencies is standard protocol, so let's try that.
Nice. All right. Frequencies open, and you see a humanoid figure on the screen with orange, blotchy, kind of like purple, blotchy skin. Big ears that kind of wrap up and then back down in like almost like a ring around like a halo, and big glossy eyes. Like they don't have like a pupil that you can see. It just looks like a sheen.
Hello, my name is Captain DaVinci of the USS Haida, Starfleet vessel from the United Federation's planets. We come seeking conversation and well wishes. Who are you? Wow,
Sam, I'm like genuinely impressed right now. That was well done, sir. So he kind of like responds. The universal translator takes a minute to catch on, and then he says back to the screen, No, we can't talk to you. Thank you, though. Please, you can go now.
Oh, well, we don't mean to intrude. We just like to reach out to new species who have managed to travel faster than the speed of light. If you want to have a conversation, we'll be in the system.
Yeah, no, we're not allowed. We were told no. But thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, okay.
And then he just kind of like turns off the screen.
Cut hailing frequencies. Well, that was interesting. I guess we're not welcome here. Sarah, can you send us is there like a big gas giant or something in the system?
Yeah. There's a Jovian class planet.
Cool. Sarah, set a course for the other side of that gas giant. We'll take some readings on the system before we get out of here, and we'll keep an eye on them. But leave them in peace. Oh,
Yeah, you got it, sir.
Let her rip.
Hey, beep. Does she say beep, dude? Do you like narrate your own key panel?
Sometimes I'm just feeling silly, but Captain seems unnerved, so probably not in this situation.
So else, Sarah.
I've never been so rejected in my life. Even Mevin was nicer than those people.
Yeah, your passive Betazed abilities, by the way, they're always on, right? Like, is it a little bit like, yeah?
As long as I can sort of see them or they're in a room. It's not like I can sense.
Right, it's kind of Troy-esque, right? Like, it's like you get that vibe if you see them, if they have lobes that let you see them.
I can hear their thoughts unless they have that fourth lobe thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they have,
the Ferengi
assuming
vibe going
I can understand whatever they're trying to tell themselves.
Yeah, so the vibe you got from this guy was uncomfortable, fear, and not really like it wasn't like a resistance. It was resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be told by somebody of power, like, don't talk to aliens.
Yeah.
Who would have told them to not speak with us? Or I smell Romulan, sir. Do you think they could have gotten here first?
Well, if they did, that would explain why they didn't want to speak with us if they had to deal with them first.
They could also simply be a slightly xenophobic culture, Captain.
Very true.
That too.
Hey,
Or
hey,
Romulans are not allowing them to speak with Starfleet.
Hey,
Is there any
Yezikov,
way-
speaking of Romulans, as you're kind of like checking your sensor logs as you're starting to fly away, you notice a ship coming out of the shadow of the moon that would have kind of like hit this planet has let's say 4 moons, because I thought that would be really cool to wake up to a 4 moons. Anyways, so there's 4 moons, and you see a ship kind of creasing that sort of sensor ghost edge of
Right.
one of them. It was hiding from you as you kind of came in.
Aha! Yeah, I see something here, sir.
Yeah.
And I scan it. Is it a Romulan?
It is
Fuckers.
not, but it is a very scary, recognizable ship. What you see is a
Cardassians?
Jem'Hadar attack ship.
Cool. I'm gonna throw the shields up.
Red alert.
It looks like they haven't noticed you. It looks like they're trying to come out from the shadow of the moon as you're moving away. So they're trying to
Okay.
keep on the edge of your line. If you go to red alert right now, they're going to know that you know they're there.
Okay, I'm gonna throw up my data onto the like main screen, so the captain can see it.
Oh, shizen.
It does not seem that they notice us yet, sir.
Well then, let's see if they follow us. Sarah, maintain course.
You got
Iskov, keep an eye on them. Sofek, can you discern any readings from that ship? Anything that's unusual? I wouldn't expect them to be in this sector of space. They're usually on the other side of Federation space, right? If I remember my maps correct.
Well,
Kinda
so
out of place.
the Dominion War has kind of hit a lot of parts of the Federation. It's starting to spread out to other systems and sectors. The core bulk of it is kind of in the beta in the Alpha Quadrant, near the wormhole, near Deep Space Nine. But you guys are in the Beta Quadrant. You're almost on the other side of the galaxy.
I would like to
of
find
the,
out what
of
they're.
the Federation. Sorry, not the galaxy. That was poor wording.
I'd like to find out what they're doing here. Sofek, if you can discern anything from their ship, where they came from, how they got here, please. Gurkhan, are you on the ship? On the bridge? Of course, you're on the ship.
Yeah, I'm on the ship. I'm in engineering.
He's just
We left
no.
him
He's
back.
actually outside. In
Yeah, I mean,
Spacewalk.
likely he'd be on the bridge or close to it if like all five of you
Within
would be
communication
because
range.
of the first contact factor, right?
Yeah, Gurkhan, prepare for combat if we need, if this goes south, and Dr. Ross, prepare your med bay for potential casualties. Let's find out what they're doing here.
Okay.
All right, I make my way down to main engineering. then.
So as just one sec. Sofek, can I get that sensor roll from you first, please?
If we scan them, they may be able to notice.
That's
sir.
true.
Scan casually.
Amazing.
I
will
just look
around
over at
them.
Sofek.
I will run some standard passive sensor scans that will
Beautifully
hopefully
done, Sofek.
keep them unaware of us detecting their presence.
Scan casually.
Yes, Cup, you're prepared to go to red alert.
Always.
Also, get
Beagle's in the
button.
background. That's why I'm not allowed to hit the red button.
Somebody get ready to hit the red button. Just in case.
Ship sensors assisting.
Yep.
We have improved sensors, which reduces the difficulty by 1.
Okay.
What's my thing?
Oh,
I have
is
a,
it sensor security? I don't know, but it's no success.
I have a thing. What's my thing? Oh, cool! I can reroll a dice because I'm doing something assisted by
The ship.
the ship. So I'm going to reroll my
Yeah. let's
not
do it.
success. So 2 total.
All right. So I'm going to give you 2 momentum into the pool because, as you said, you were doing passive scans. So there's your momentum there. Sofek, you detect they're literally holding like course and speed to your course and speed. And as they kind of like come out of the shadow of the moon and enter another orbit, you see evidence of a transporter scan or transporter going from the ship to the planet. As you're noticing that, Yezikov, you get a priority 1 message, Captain's Eyes Only, on your screen. On your
It's
communique.
sent to me.
Well, because
okay.
you're on the tactical
Yeah.
station, right? So you're seeing it come up on the wharf station where you'd have the tactics
Right.
and security and comms. And,
Captain, priority message just for your eyes. I will send to your ready room when you are ready.
or you could take it on your chair if you want.
I
if
was
you're-
going to say.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
actually,
where-
send it to my chair.
Here.
Not leaving
On
the bridge
screen.
with Gem and Dar in the system.
Yeah, fair,
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
Okay, so Sofek, you we can relay your knowledge now if you wish.
Captain, sensors have not detected much. However, they did pick up a transporter beam signal leaving the Jem'Hadar vessel going to the surface of the planet.
As he tells you that, you kind of like glance down at the communique you've got in front of you, and it's dated for the stardate from about 2 weeks ago. Because as you guys recall, last game I warned you were now about 2 weeks out from the nearest starbase, from Narendra Station. Zani, Betazed has fallen to the Dominion, and that's where we're going to our intro. Okay, welcome back. So as we last left our intrepid crew, they had just found out that the Beta Z system has fallen to the Dominion, and Captain Zanny is in fact Beta Z. Zanny, let's do a one-on-one really quick here. So I just want to check in. It's a rough go there for you. Yeah. So I'm going to challenge your value, fast chips, and strange new worlds. So that is now a challenged value. This means that you can't access it to do anything with your values. It also means that if you haven't resolved it by the end of this adventure, we'll have to remove it from your character sheet, and we'll come up with a new one.
No, that's fair. I mean, he's going to be really perturbed since he has lots of brothers and a couple sisters back on Beta Z and large family, which he doesn't know what's happened to them or what's going on. And he's still a Starfleet captain, so he's in a pickle.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't go take back the world on his own, even though he would like to.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be rough for you. The other thing I'm gonna do is you've got. So I'm gonna give. We talked quickly earlier, but I'm gonna give you 2 stress. I did it incorrectly. So your character has 2 stress automatically onto this adventure, and I'm giving you 1 complication on all social interactions.
So total 2 complications on social interactions.
No. Well, you've got 2.
With the 1920, so it'd be 18 to 20 would be the complication.
19 to 20, just 19 to 20. Yeah, 19 to 20. And then 2 stress. So that's on your actual hit points kind of thing, points. Right? Like that. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Cool. How are you feeling? How would Zanny be feeling right now? That's pretty intense.
He's feeling a lot of different things, but mostly just kind of anger.
Fair enough.
Anger and wrathful, and he's got a prime target. There happens to be a Jem'Hadar ship right there, and he's kind of restraining himself.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go back to the other crew. Okay, we're coming back. All right. Here we go. All right. Hey, everybody. So Zanny's looking kind of stressed and probably peaked in the middle. Hey, you'd be kind of blanched a little bit.
Well, with this telepathic sense, you could probably feel the.
Are you emanating?
He's
Literally?
trying to hold it in. He's using all that time he spent back on Vulcan to try and self-contain it, but he's not a Vulcan. He can't. It's hard. He's a telepath. He's trying not to make the crew feel awkward.
So also that said, I do want to reiterate to the crew, we as nerds all know what that means, but you as crew, this is a big deal because Beta Z is pretty deep within the core worlds of the Federation. So that means that this war that you've been kind of distantly forced out of is now threatening the kind of the very interior of the Federation. That's pretty intense.
Beta Z is the biggest core planet next to Earth.
Is it?
In terms of it's right next.
As far as population.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean in terms of distance from each other.
Well, I thought Andor and Vulcan are right there. They're closer.
They're right there, but Beta Z's closest.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, I know this from Star Trek Online.
Nice.
I mean, did Zanny tell us? Do we know?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
You've just seen him react, and all of you have served enough together to know that something is very wrong. But you also know it's in captain's eyes only. So I'll let you react how you wish. But keep in mind you left just as
basically I was ordered to prepare for combat, so I'm in engineering.
Okay, great. And Ross, you probably would have left around the same time, so you would have gotten that vibe just as the door closes to the turbo lift. What?
Yeah.
Sofik, he's sweating more than usual, no?
He's sweating more than usual. That's awesome.
I believe Lieutenant Beagle has been messing with my
I didn't do
environmental
anything.
controls.
Wasn't me.
Again.
Well, no. I learned last time.
Locked him out?
Yes. I still haven't figured the password. It wasn't Pon Far like it was last time.
The password will be consistently changing until you learn not to leave your leftover sandwiches on my console while using them.
Beagle is becoming one of the most dynamic characters because I have 5 people creating him all the time. Okay.
Sofek, is that ship following us?
Sofek, it is not.
It is not, but you said it was kind of like almost shadowing our movements.
It was shadowing your movement until it got back into orbit. Looks like it was literally waiting for you to leave.
It is not following us, Captain. However, it did seem to be aware of our presence and was attempting to ensure that we were leaving.
Well, why they won't talk to us now, huh?
It must have been talked to by, what are they called?
It is most likely a Vorta on board
Vorta.
that vessel, Captain.
Who beamed down. Let's park us on the other side of that gas giant, then I'm going to call a senior staff meeting.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Number 2.
Gurkhan, what are you doing to get prepped? And Dr. Doug, what are you doing to get prepped?
In engineering, I'm making sure all the systems are ready to get diverted to shields at a moment notice.
Cool.
So I'm prioritizing what we need first. Shields, warp drive, impulse, weapons. Not necessarily in that order.
Okay.
With weapons probably being number 1 for me.
All right.
And I'm also getting ready to have force fields. I'm basically preparing for hull breaches because I kind of saw the vessel and I'm like, yeah, that's a fighter. That's a mean
Yeah,
thing.
you all know enough that they're dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I please get a... do you know what? I want a presence and command roll from you.
Presence and command.
Yeah, as you start to order your staff around.
Yep, no problem. We have no momentum in the pool right now.
There is 2 momentum in the pool.
I shall use one of them.
Okay.
Let's play this game again. Presence, command. There. 1 success.
All right, that's all you needed. Great. Okay, so your staff kind of like get to it. You can feel the tension on the engineering deck. Just kind of like, oh god, Jemadar. Because by now the stories would have been like around. These guys are like a big deal. In kind of like canon timeline, the Federation hasn't figured out how to defeat the shield problem that they're having with the Dominion weapons yet. So these things are a threat. Okay, and Dr. Doug?
I'm hiding all my bowls of candy, trying to get that stuff out of the way, get it all nice and sanitized, fluffing some pillows here and there.
Right, so get into the okay, we got to turn this thing into an actual med bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, got to get ready for the actual
Getting ready for
injuries.
triage and stuff. Yeah.
There's like a big whiteboard that says that's where me and the nurses are having a sort of an argument on what to rename sick bay, because the word sick is negative and we want to like make it sound friendly, like you want to come in.
What's the current
right now,
winner?
The winner right now is med bay.
Med bay.
Yeah.
The health bay, the health dome.
Health bay is in a close second.
Okay.
The chamber of
Holistic
healing.
wellness zone.
Holistic wellness.
Health domes makes it sounds like the patient's fight for the medicine.
And then in a dead last is make me feel better room.
It is
That's
quite
dead
boring.
last.
Fix
Dead
it.
last.
That's because you haven't let the bridge crew decide.
Fix me good.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. So, Dr. Doug, can I get the same thing, a presence and command roll, please, as you get your staff prepped, ready to go? Because this would be a big deal. You guys haven't been in a really hardcore fight in a while.
True.
Just softcore ones.
I mean, you've
Yes.
been in fights before, but it was more of a like forced upon you. You've never gone into a situation like this, right? Oh my God! Somebody online just said Express.
That was me.
Oh, is that you? Are you? That's amazing.
I'm your mod.
That's pretty good.
I know. I just.
Wait, do we have an EMH?
We would have an EMH, yeah.
Good, I'm going to turn him on.
Oh, please state the
And then-
nature of the medical emergency.
And then immediately mute him.
Please state the nature.
He'll stand in the corner until something happens.
Okay.
Would we have a Mark 1 or a Mark 2?
Oh.
Mark
Please
1, we're
not
a
Andy
Cheyenne
Dick.
class.
Yeah, no, you'd have a
Cheyenne.
Mark 1 because you guys left. You remember we already last season you had interacted with the ship that was. Well, you didn't interact with the ship, but that was our connection to tie-in. That was how we know what time frame we're in.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you do there? We got a 1. Great. Perfect. That's what you needed. Excellent. Okay. So your crew is getting ready. The names on the whiteboard have been erased, and people are getting ready to go. Let's do a flip to the ready room or
Conference room?
Conference room.
room.
All right. Let's do a conference room.
My reading room isn't big enough for like 6 people.
Fair enough. All right. Conference room it is.
Right. I just want to start off by saying that there's been an unfortunate incident in the Beta Quadrant. Beta Z has been overtaken by the Dominion. And as you can see, the Jem'Hadar have made it all the way over to the Expanse. And my guess is that whoever transported to the surface was a Vorta trying to coerce this particular planet. I am not in a mood to let that happen. Which is why you're all standing here. I need options. And think about that for a minute. Let that sink in.
Well, if we make our presence known, Commander, they will have to put up shields before they can transport the Vorta back up.
We trap them on the
Trap them on the planet
surface.
and send a strike team to eliminate them.
One concern
That
would
just
be
went
how this
really
would appear
dark.
to the native and the native culture of this system. We would be seen as aggressors.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I want to agree with Gurkha and Sofek is right, we still have first contact protocol here. How could this happen? Is the Starfleet not mobilizing a counterattack to retake Beta Z? It's so close to Earth.
Zanny, would you
Yep.
share any of the kind of like the knowledge on the like how much would you share with your command staff?
A lot.
Okay.
I trust them implicitly. So I was about to share the shield problem.
Yep.
That
So you
Starfleet was-
can throw up on the screen the fact that like it at the current rate, the Klingon Federation and kind of like extra.
It's not going well.
It's not going well.
Yeah. So I'm going to start sharing that. The fact there's the shield problem with their weapons, and Gurkhan's going to need to know that. Not to mention that even if Starfleet is trying to muster a counterattack, we've been losing ships at a rate that's not really sustainable. Which means
I got a
we could
question
go-
out of character real quick.
Yeah.
How much does normal everyday Starfleet people know about the Jem'Hadar
Very
and
little.
the Dominion?
They would know.
Like-
They would know that they're threatening. They would know that they are like more dangerous than the Klingons, and they would know that they are like. I would say that the normal everyday Federation person would probably know the same amount that the Americans knew about the Japanese in World War II. Like they would know the kind of the fear factor, not the reality.
Do we know about the Tsleil-Waututh?
You might.
Yeah, I would say
I would argue
Federation
that you do.
citizens would be what Tim's described, but like obviously Starfleet would have,
Better training.
yeah,
We don't-
they would have records and documents on this
Yeah.
that Starfleet officers would have ready access to.
And by now, Bashir has done a lot, even conferences on Tsleil-Waututh. So you for sure would know about it.
Would we be able to attain some kind of upper hand if we captured this ship?
Vorta? The Vorta essentially leads the Jem'Hadar.
The
But they're
ship.
more.
Is that what those ships are called? A Borta?
No, the
I,
Vorta
I'm,
are
I'm the
like
TOS person here.
Yeah,
I
that's okay.
watched
So
a lot of Deep Space Nine.
Vorta are the kind of like the speakers of the founders.
Oh, it's the person. Okay.
And they're a race.
Think of
and-
the Vorta as kind of like the water cased from Tau.
Oh, okay.
Like they're
All
kind of
right.
like the diplomats. They're trying to grease the wheels.
Gotcha.
Truthfully, they're probably here trying to open up diplomatic negotiations with the local populace to try and most likely form a secondary front.
Yet
And
more
the thing
proof
about
that
their
Warhammer was
negoti-
influenced by Star Trek.
Warhammer was influenced by a lot of
So,
stuff.
what
But the
Varia's
Vort-
proposing is to take the ship.
Ship.
Okay.
So we could mount an assault on the ship
Right.
and send down diplomatic relations to the planet. That way the populace will not see us as warmongers.
We would
And we may be able to attain critical competitive information from their ship,
now,
vessel.
not that I disagree with you, because I'm kind of in that mode, but capturing a Jem'Hadar ship full of Jem'Hadar would be the equivalent, like even that side would be equivalent of trying to capture a Klingon bird of prey, or actually no, more like a Klingon battleship full of angry, ready to fight Klingons.
I mean,
In addition,
it's never
Jem'Hadar
been done
vessels are
before.
known to kamikaze as well,
Mhm.
Yeah,
as
they will.
as
die
indicated by
before
the
surrender.
encounter of the Odyssey.
And
Captain.
the Vorta is kind of their leader, politician leader. They're not fighters. Most likely have a Jem'Hadar guard, but might be a better option. Yep.
As much as I'm loath to say this, maybe we go the complete diplomatic route. Head down to the planet, explain our case, show what the Jem'Hadar truly are to this population, and win them over to our side entirely.
Yeah.
We could provide documentation showing that the Dominion has attempted such tactics as they are most likely attempting here before, lying and coercing their way into a local populace before subsuming their culture into the Dominion.
Yeah, that's what they do. They'll essentially be a second tier society overruled by the Dominion, hence the name Dominion. But I'm loath to say it. The bloodthirsty Klingon is right.
We also do have the option of, if we fail, then attacking.
All right. In that case, I suggest that we form an away party to try and meet with this Vorta directly, possibly in front of the World's Council, but be prepared for combat at all times.
So Tim has a question for the crew to come up with a solution for a problem that I foresee. Currently, you've been told by the population to go away. How are you going to come back and be able to beam down with permission?
I'd like to speak directly with the Vorta. It's
Ooh.
usually in their political satire to entertain talks.
Okay, so you're going to hail like the actual Jem'Hadar ship directly and be like, "We know
Oh.
you're there. Patch me through to the Vorta," type thing.
I want to speak to your Vorta.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
speak to your boss.
Okay.
I would
that
like
was
to
just
speak
me throwing out
Yeah.
like a problem I
No.
foresee in the so
No,
yeah.
no.
All right.
Space Karen here would like to speak to your boss.
Can we talk to my manager, please?
Excuse me.
That meme.
I apologize to
was that
anybody named Karen.
Gokul,
It's
was
just
that
a
the
joke.
meme that you put out with
Oh.
Kai Opaka or Kai Wynn?
Kai Wynn.
Kai Wynn Space Karen. That was really funny. All right. I'll share it on my social media later. It was really good. Is there more in the conference room, or are we back to the bridge? What do you want to do?
Unless anybody else says anything, that's all I have. Nope. I guess we're back.
Before we go back to the conference room, I just want to hold Devin back. Sir,
Okay.
are you okay?
No. I am not okay, but I'm a Starfleet officer, and we're here to make first contact. So I'll make myself okay.
All right. You know that the staff here are here to support you in any way you can, but if you need me to step in, I am available.
Appreciate that, Varya.
Of course.
Okay.
Great first thoughts.
Yeah, best first officer in the fleet. Okay.
Arya T. Spakikov.
All right, we're back on the bridge. Beagle reports that nothing unusual beyond like what they're witnessing has happened, so there hasn't been any changes. No notice of transporter going up, but he said we also haven't done anything more than the passive scans that Sofek set up before you went into your conference room. And he sees Zanny, and he just knows something is wrong, and he kind of gives Varia like a question eyebrow look.
You just give him a... It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zanny walks on with more of a direct to his chair approach than the usual roundabout.
Yeah.
Peter. Yeah.
Beagle gets ready to text at you, good Papa Bear, but he just deletes it.
That would probably would have resulted in a Beagle.
Yeah. He deleted it.
Yeah,
He knows better.
It's all good. Cool. Sarah, bring us into hailing range of that Dominion ship. Let's get there.
Oh, sure. You got it.
Sarah, what?
All right.
Yeah.
It's
Yellow
not the
alert
strangest.
doesn't bring up the
Yes.
shields or anything, right?
Yellow alert puts them on standby. It doesn't raise them.
Yeah. Well, let's put the ship on yellow alert, but kill the yellow alert signal on the bridge.
Yes, sir.
I don't
Okay.
need them to see it on screen. Come on, screen, bunch of flashing lights. Probably not the best way to open.
So you hailed the ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hail
You
the
kind of
ship.
get like a... I don't even know what Dominion hold music would sound like. Yeah, no, it's not even the girl from Ipanema. It's like play that in reverse. Like it's jarring on the senses. Yeah, it's like not a pleasant. Like you notice yourself
It's
humming.
a dial-up startup tone.
Fax noises.
All right. So about a minute goes by, and then you get an image from the planet, and it's of Vorta. Oh, hello. I didn't expect anyone from the Federation to be here. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
This is Captain Zanny of the USS Haida. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
Well, I am Lilane of the Dominion.
I'll have to write that down. What happens to bring you into this system so far away from Dominion space?
Oh, we're making new friends, as the Federation likes to put it. Meet my new friend, Minister. Minister, come and say hi to the Federation. And he just kind of like peeks in. And he's like, "Hi, thank
Hello,
you."
Minister.
And then he kind of like moves away again. So, what is it we can do for you? What is it, Commander Zanny of the Federation?
That would be Captain.
Captain, my
Zanny.
apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies. I know how rank means so much to you. Captain Zanny. What was the ship again?
The USS Haida.
USS Haida. Fantastic. And how can we help you today?
Well, we were hoping to speak with yourself as well as the, I guess, minister who you recently introduced us to.
So you hear the
Open to
minister
just-
you hear the minister kind of off ground, like that sounds like a and then the Vorta just kind of like looks, and you can hear the minister stop, and then the Vorta looks back at you. I think that can be arranged. Would you like to beam down or beam up? The beaming. You like to beam a lot.
Beam.
Do you want to?
Yeah, no.
Do you want to come down here? Come down
We'll-
here, Captain. It's quite nice.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea.
They
Maybe we'll
have
beam
a
down to
drink
you.
that's similar to your wine, I think.
Wine?
Yes, it's fantastic. It's a good
Well,
drink.
I'm not from Earth, so I'm not too familiar with wine, but I'd love to taste it, especially in your company.
So where are you from, Captain Zanny?
Oh, one of those planets of the Federation. There's so many. And I was from off-world anyway, so, why don't we talk more while we beam down?
Of course. You may bring whoever you like. I trust you.
Very good. Well,
No weapons, preferably. Of course, you understand.
of course, this is a diplomatic talk. Why would we
Of
bring
course
weapons?
it's diplomatic.
Of course.
I will, of course, have my first with me, but I will make sure that they have no weapons.
Well, I'll have my first officer with me as well.
Fantastic. I will see you soon, Captain. And then she just cuts off.
Yeah. When we cut off, so it's a trap.
When is it not, Captain?
Well, let's bring it, Sofek. And
Okay.
find another way to get that boarded. Anyway.
So who would you like to bring, Zanny?
Well, I'm definitely gonna bring. I need to leave someone on the ship in case we go to hell. Yesikov, Gurkhan, can you stay on the ship? I'll bring Dr. Ross and Sofek, I guess. And one other Yesikov.
Yazikov just starts twitching.
Yesikov, I'll need your best security guard. I need you to blow the hell out of that other ship if something goes wrong. I trust no one else.
Lothar to bridge, please.
On my way, Captain. Commander, it's been so long since I've heard your voice.
I miss Luther. It's good to see him again.
Let's do it.
I haven't seen him.
You can break a man's neck in 4 ways.
He's been waiting in his room the whole time.
Yeah.
He's
I
the
just
brig
just
officer.
staring at
He
the
just
wall.
sits
The bridge
there. He
officer
just sits there and twiddles his fingers,
I mean,
staring
did
at
we
the
ever-
comm panel.
did we ever drop off the one guy that betrayed us? Because I think he just been in the brig with him the whole time. Because
Neelix? No, not Neelix.
whatever that
Um,
guy was, but Luther's the brig officer. So
Guy was based on Neelix, or the same race as Neelix.
Super
Oh
happy
no, he
guy.
got transferred off the ship because he had a bunch of stuff. Rix. He had a bunch of
He was
stuff he wasn't supposed to.
a Floxian.
Yeah, and
Denobulon.
Denobulon.
Thank you.
Yeah. He was so happy.
He was a happy man until things got too much for him, and then he did stuff he wasn't. So I had to court-martial him.
Yeah,
And Luther was holding him in the brig.
that's right. You made Luther the brig officer, even though he's like
So,
one of the most
as-
trained people. He loves it down there because it's quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet. He just does yoga all day
Does
long.
Luther just have like anger management that he keeps in check? Is that what's going on here? Is that what's like being
Luther-
developed? Or?
He's what, like
he
the
grew up
guy
on a
where
busy
if he
colony.
likes,
He likes quiet.
Okay,
if he speaks softer, then it's more scary.
you know it's dangerous. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The quieter Luther gets, where you're like, I'm gonna put on a neck brace or something to protect this area.
Personal
So as
force
I'm
field.
debriefing him to go on this thing, I'm like, okay, well, protect the captain, and there are no visible weapons.
Hence Luther, great choice.
They cannot find any weapons on you.
Luther goes,
Mm.
lightning, thunder.
Yeah.
Rolls his sleeves up on his Federation uniform.
I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, we lost the captain? What the hell?
Yeah. He's making sure he doesn't hear this happening. Plausible deniability. I think Gurkhan has some of those collapsible knives.
Okay, I'm going to point this out. Luther does have a cybernetic left leg, which he can kind of hide a chirp phaser in there.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
Oh,
He's done it before on the show. Remember when we had to escape from that one station?
Oh, I made it canon. I did make it canon.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
You gave us a
okay.
loophole.
Yeah.
I had some hypo sprays in there too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a little chamber in there that's kind of shielded.
Okay, there's enough for 1 cricket and 2 hypo sprays. Which hypo sprays do you want?
All the combat drugs.
No, you get 2. You get
Stims.
literally 2. So do you want a
that's
knockout
Dr.
and a
Doug's.
healing? What do you want? Do you want a painkiller? You got to give me the 2. I need to know what they are.
I
now.
definitely want a knockout one for
Okay.
sure.
And then do you want the painkiller one that they always do? But it's like this will make
Yeah,
the pain
yeah.
go away,
I
or
mean,
do you want?
Sofek's a walking knockout one.
It's true.
DaVinci.
No, I might have to
Do
take
sex
you down.
Spock.
I might have to take you down. Jesus, it's true. You never knew what the Vorta can do. They have been known to
No.
have telekinetic abilities.
Not
No,
only that,
Logic
but
the
if
Vulcan.
I'll
yeah,
I'll
logic bomb
I'll
the Vulcan.
take his brain out.
Okay, Okay. So we got Luther, we got Sofek, we got Dr. Doug, and anyone else, or are we?
I think that's it. I think that's
4-man team.
Yeah. I'm not sure who else we should take. Any recommendations? Because we're beaming down this time. We actually get to use the transporter. Don't we?
Yeah.
The pilot.
You want some more red shirts just in case, some cannon fodder?
Yeah. Yezikov, play another security.
You want to take Beagle?
Oh my God. You
Do
know
you want
what?
to play?
I give you Beagle. Yes.
Beagle, go down.
Oh my God. I mean, okay.
You're the highest trained security officer I have. Other than Luther, and he's already going.
All right.
Actually, isn't Bagel ops now?
Beagle's
started out
cross-trained.
He's been cross-trained
you
in
guys are-
everything except medic.
I think he has. No, I think he even has that at now. Like you guys
Yeah.
have literally given him almost everything that he needs to fill in.
I'm
Wherever.
gonna nickname Beagle Swiss Army knife.
I mean, Beagle would probably love it. All right. Leah, you have Beagle.
And
Okay.
just before Zanny leaves the ship, he's gonna take Yesikov aside and just be like, if anything happens, your number one priority is to save this ship and make sure the Federation knows these Jem'Hadar are here. If that means destroying that ship or getting away, then I'm kind of challenging one of her values in consequence of
Fucking
mine
right.
being so messed up.
So
You're like, you have to let them know they're here.
yeah. So let's do that. So Yezikov, what value does that challenge?
Chosen family.
Oh, okay. All right.
Leaving my,
So Yezikov,
my family behind.
your family, you're leaving your family behind. Your chosen family is now challenged. You have an extra determination, and actually, let's do the rest of the determination right now. So everyone's going to have 2. You've got Prime Directive, and you've got First Contact Protocols. Those are your two directives. And then Zanny and Yezikov, you each have an extra determination. Along with the 2 that everyone else has, to those challenge directives or the challenge values that I've just done for you. So they are effectively crossed off your sheet. You cannot use them. Okay.
Sorry, Varia. Kind of just happened. Zanny's not in his right mind.
At the end of the adventure, you can keep it or keep it challenged. So it can become like you can. This is it's one of the ways the game can change. I would say if you use it though, that's when it's becoming a problem for you. Okay. All right. So you beam down. The Vorta has its first and one other Jem'Hadar. And you see the minister and a couple other of the. I didn't think about this name after I said it, so Lihouians, I guess. Louians. I was trying to name a system after a really good friend of mine, and it backfired. Whatever.
Say, isn't that like the things from the Grinch? Or they call
Oh, that's the Hoovians. No, it's not a.
Why did you have to make something hard for Zanny to remember? He's totally gonna just say Hoovians
All I
now.
was trying to do was make a cool name, guys. Come
What was the name of these people?
Task
again?
failed successfully.
All right, let's call them the Vistier.
This tier?
Yeah, they call themselves
Okay.
the Vistier.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're humans, but we're called Earthlings in Star Trek.
Yeah,
So the name of the planet.
so they're called the Vistier. We're gonna do that.
So
Fistier.
Louis the Fistier.
Oh, I hate you so much sometimes. Awesome, but also,
Mess with your GM. Watch Star Trek Lost Voyages. Tutorials every second
watch
Sunday.
watch Tim's eyes twitch. Okay.
How many bottles of wine will he go through tonight? Find out later.
Depends on how many bottles of whiskey Zanny's drank.
Okay. We're bringing it in now. Okay. So they're called the Vistier. As you beam down, the First Minister steps forward and says, I'm Groz. Groz.
Rose?
Yeah. I am First Minister of Lihou, and I welcome you to our world. It's
Thank
an
you for
honor
your-
to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here and to meet with you. I assume the Vort is in the room.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I turn to the Vorta, and you know that scene where Cisco punches Q in the face? That's the look on Zanny's face right now at him. Just absolute rage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he holds out his hand. This is the customary form of greeting in the Federation, is it not?
For humans it is, yes.
Oh, my apologies. Oh.
Oh.
You're Beta Z, aren't you?
You're an observant one.
I am terribly sorry for your loss. Shall we sit?
I'm gonna let that hang for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Just draw out this pause.
So he just doesn't either. He doesn't get it and actually doesn't get it, or just dismisses the kind of like what you're trying to do to him.
Yeah.
And he sits down and then looks kind of expectantly. She sits down expectantly. Yeah.
I'll turn back to the away team and just give them the nod so they can take their spots.
Surrounding you in half the room.
Yeah. No, just let them, and I'll have a seat.
How many chairs are at this table?
There are only 3.
Okay. And how many people besides us are in the room? There's the Minister, the Vorta, her first. Any others?
The Minister, her Vorta. Sorry, let's do there's the Vorta, and then her first and second, and then the Minister, and you count at least probably another like Minister and at least 2 aides. So a bunch of.
Is there any way I can? Does it look like they have the first and the second have some sort of communications earpiece, or if they're in communication with somebody else? That's kind of like they're trying to be stealthy about it.
Give me an insight and security check, please.
I'm allowed to bring my medical tricorder down with me.
Insight, security.
I don't see why not.
I do have the trait constantly watching, or talent.
Okay.
Which means when I'm trying to detect danger or hidden enemies, it reduces the difficulty by 1. Will this count?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then we have momentum in the pool.
There is 1 momentum.
Oh,
Okay.
1? I thought there was 2.
1 was used.
Okay, I'm going to use 1, and this might seem a bit overkill, but I do have assess threat as a focus.
Okay.
Would that count? Yes?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you count that.
6 successes.
Dear Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So you now have 3 momentum in the pool.
And Luther's discovered a 5th way to break a neck.
Well, the Gem Hardar have these really high labs, so we're just gonna grab those and snap them up.
So, Luther.
Sorry, I didn't expect that.
They are wearing covert earpieces.
Mm-hmm.
Like really tiny ones, because Jem'Hadar don't actually have like ears like you guys do, right? So they look like it's kind of part of the uniform. You can kind of see it kind of like flow up, and they're constantly making eye contact back and forth with each other, and then towards you guys. So you know that they've definitely got like plans.
Yeah. I kind of subtly. I guess I'm going to pull the captain's chair out for him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And as he's sitting down, I give him that big eyes look, like read what I'm thinking.
I will read what he's thinking.
And I give him the information you just gave me.
That's really cool.
All right, they got plans. I want to send a telepathic link to Luther to keep an eye on that first, because
Okay.
he's gonna most likely he's gonna move, and then I wanted to send another one to Doug Ross, to Dougie. I'm gonna try not to blow your brain.
Doug's like,
No.
I haven't heard that voice in
Doug kind of
decades.
starts looking around. What the fuck? Oh, you're right.
Who said that?
Just to see if he can drum up anything on these Jem'Hadar and board us, since we don't know much about him. And I've got a medical officer here. Find me it's kind of angry about it. It's kind of like, find me a weakness.
Yeah. All right.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, if I could somehow scan with this stupid medical tricorder without making 100 decibels of noise, that stupid scanning sound.
You could totally send it to me.
You just hit the button on the side to turn the volume.
Yeah, you
down.
totally send it to me.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
no
got a
problem with that
Okay,
at all.
great.
little thing on the side right here.
Yeah.
Great. And then I'm just
The
gonna
mute
like
button.
I'm just gonna like find Beagle, and I'm gonna do like that back-to-back thing with him,
Why?
look kind of cool, and I'm gonna have my scanner kind of in my armpit,
Oh.
kind of pointed at the Jem'Hadar.
You're doing a pose?
Backstreet Boys going on behind me, just like tough guys.
Just act natural.
Just-
act
so
natural,
happy to
Beagle,
be
for fuck's
involved.
sake.
Sofek just looks behind, raises an eyebrow.
What is
Looks
Sofek
back.
doing?
Sofek's just kind of standing on the other side of the captain, as he's feeling that he needs to be close to the captain, mainly since captain is going under some of those weird emotional stress
Yeah.
instances.
Gurkhan's not
And-
here. Yezikov's not here.
Yes, and as a Vulcan who has complete control over his emotions most of the time, he's the
99.7% of the time.
Enough.
he feels it is a logical course of action to be close to the captain to help maybe restrain him if something gets heated.
I'm pretty sure you heard him say to Yezikov that if anything goes wrong, blow the hell out of that ship. So, yeah, maybe. And
Okay. All right. So let's. The Vorta kind of looks at you, and let's get into it, shall we? So what can we help you with?
well, actually, it's not what you can help me with. It's what we can help you with. And I point to the minister.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Hi.
hi. he's so nervous.
Yeah, very
You know,
much
he's
so.
in a room
Yeah.
with a bunch of dangerous people.
Yeah, and he can sense it too, because you guys are not exactly subtle. Like you're like being that weirdly sort of like, when we were
Friendly to
younger
him.
and you knew your parents were fighting, but they wouldn't do it in front of you. It's one of those moments where it's just unusually uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was gonna say, so what do you know about your new friends here?
They've offered us medical supplies, food
Yeah.
support, industrial strength replicators. That's replicators. I don't know what they do yet. And assistance with some technological advancements in order to boost our range of our starships. It's all sounding quite magical. Had it happened like on its
good
own,
to
I
be
would.
true.
Yeah. But I mean, yet here you are, and they said that the Federation would come to take everything from us, or to keep us stuck to our planet, and I mean, you're here, and he's kind of getting he's saying things that you can tell he doesn't necessarily believe, and in fact, Sofek, you're the really perceptive one, right? If I remember correctly.
Yep. I would imagine Vulcans are very good at they've gotten very good at observing
Yeah.
other species.
Can you give me an insight, and I'll let you decide, command or security or your medicine.
I'm gonna use command.
Okay.
2 successes.
So that's exactly what you need as you're watching kind of like the table. You almost see the Vorta's lips moving in the same words that the minister is saying.
Is it kind of a case of like the Vorta's just kind of like mouthing along and the minister's keeping an eye on him to kind of like
Other way around,
get
more like
fed?
this is what the minister was cued on to say, and the Vorta knows what he's supposed to say, and kind of like when when you're watching somebody read lines and you're like reading along with them, you're trying to coach them into saying what they're saying, and you know what their play is, but they don't, so they're like, yeah.
And what do you have to give them in return?
I mean, we become part of the. We are under their protection.
Under their protection?
Yes, it sounds quite nice.
Indeed. It sounds, like I said, too good to be true. But what is under their protection? Have they given you any details on what that means?
I mean, no. What would it mean? And the Vorta kind of picks up like right away. Captain. Of course, it would mean that they are under the protection of the Dominion. We would help feed them, help clothe them, help consider them protectorates of the Dominion, and make sure that no one would interfere with them.
Except for you.
Well, we wouldn't interfere. We would help them.
Oh, but isn't helping interfering?
No, not if they didn't want it. If they don't want our help, we'll be happy to leave.
Oh, so if they don't want your help, perhaps they want someone else's help. Then you would be happy to leave? You'd have no reservations?
The Dominion does not control those who do not want to be controlled, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to bring order to the area.
Order? You know, back on Earth, there was a big debate between security and freedom. Are you familiar with it?
I am not. Do enlighten me. I have a feeling they chose poorly, but do enlighten me.
Very well. The choice was between oversight, overwatch, government interference in everyday lives, which would propel them to higher security and safety at the cost of the complete and utter intrusion and oversight in their individual lives. Now, you're right, there was some hiccups along the way, but humans in the end decided that freedom in general was better than security. Now, it sounds like what you offer, this order.
Question, Captain. Sorry to interrupt your lesson. I'm just curious, you do captain a starship, do you not?
I do.
And policies, protocols, securities, and a whole bunch of regulations go into what that ship is capable of, how it's operated, and how it's run, does it not?
Yes, it does.
So you don't, in fact, have full freedom to do whatever you wish with that starship. Is that correct?
Do you mean the crew?
No. Just the crew as well, because the crew have to follow orders, and they have discipline, and they have rules and regulations in which I just want to it's a pretty easy yes or no. You do have to just sort of agree that there are certain things that we have to do in order to have a civil and just society, do you not? You have to give up certain amounts of freedoms and realities and beliefs.
Right, but you do have to weigh them against the cost. Let me ask you, those Jem'Hadar, are they free to leave? Could they go where they want without you?
They don't.
Without your order? Oh, why don't they wish to?
First, do you want to leave? Freedom is life. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
That's not their motto.
No.
Victory is life. That's their motto.
No, he just looks back at you. No.
Interesting. What's that tube coming out of your neck right there? This one, right here.
Very sensitive about his tube.
Hopefully not about the size.
And that is not any concern of yours.
Interesting. Are you aware that that's a chemical minister? That is administered by the Vorta?
What?
That's a chemical that they infuse into their species, their subspecies, that helps control them. The Vorta administers it to them. Were you aware of that?
No, and the Vorta's like, Commander.
that's-
Hardly control.
That would be Captain.
Captain, my apologies again.
Of course.
I will have to make sure that our security systems are up to date. It's old, it seems.
That's old information. Right?
And I of course we give them.
Sorry.
Of course we give
she
them
give them
help.
what?
That was actually Tim stuttering, but it worked.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It worked. Damn it. So she says, this is clearly getting out of hand. We don't control the Jem'Hadar with Tsleil-Waututh. We make sure they can survive with it. They couldn't survive with it. It was a flaw in their DNA.
See. So you interfered.
No, we assisted.
Subtle difference, just like between, what was it you said? Order?
Order is life. Order is great. Order makes sure that you can fly your starship, Captain. And she did say Captain this time.
That's learning. Minister, we would be happy to dismiss some rumors that you may have heard about the Federation by giving you a copy of the complete copy of the Federation Charter. And we'd also be happy to allow you some access, freedom of information to access what we know of the Dominion and what they have prepared and demonstrated in the quadrants since our encounters with them. And
we would
Beagle,
also
I
be
believe
more than happy to provide information we have on the Federation. And
absolutely, of course.
Their
More
control
information,
of their
better.
city.
Yeah, Beagle. If you could arrange a transfer of the charter as well as our information on the Dominion to date, that would be wonderful. And just to let you know as well, Minister, that any encounter with the Federation and any potentially joining of the Federation is voluntary, just like the Dominion, apparently.
Oh, that's good. I wouldn't want to be forced into anything. He's kind of like looking really uncomfortable at the moment. So he asks for a recess.
Granted.
Well, thank you.
Then he's not in the mood. He's in the mood.
And the Vorta kind of gives you one of those like, this isn't over kind of looks, and beams up.
See, he's a fan of beaming too.
Well, they beam up, and as after a good 6 hours, the minister calls you both back, and the minister just simply says, "We choose the Federation," and then looks at the Vorta and says, "You may leave." And the Vorta just looks and says, "It's very unfortunate, very unfortunate. I do hope you reconsider one day. Captain, a pleasure. I'm sure I will see you again. 100% sure."
It was
And then
wonderful meeting you.
She beams up before you even answer. Like, she doesn't even wait. You're like in the middle.
Just gets me to one of those on the way out.
Beagle goes, wow, that's great!
Yeah, Beagle would do that, yeah.
Like, tries to high five Soda. Press contact!
Luther high fives Beagle.
Ah, thanks.
Luther goes, why would they ever choose someone called the Dominion over the United Federation of Planets? It's the
I don't
Dominion.
know.
There's nothing free about Dominion. It's
And
dominating.
he, like, totally lied, right? Like, the Jem'Hadar was, like, genetically made by the Vorta.
Yeah, that Jem'Hadar is like 2 years old.
Yeah.
So
I can't make my voice break.
That's
Look,
okay.
it
I
does
can
go
do it
higher
for
and
you.
higher.
I was gonna say Beagle's turning into fucking Shaggy.
Zoinks!
Doing my best here, guys.
The atmosphere on the planet lowered Beagle's voices by an
Okay.
octave.
Yeah, it's
We're a little, yeah,
it's
it's
got
the atmosphere on
argon
the
instead
planet.
of helium on the planet.
Sure. All right. So with that, we're going to take our break. We'll be back in 10 minutes with our second half, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back, crew. I've remembered to unmute myself this time, so I'm very happy. I'm already ahead of the game. So as we come back in, the scene kind of comes back down onto the planet, and you can see the Jem'Hadar ship kind of breaking orbit and heading off.
So we're still on the planet.
You're on your ship, kind of like looking down. Yeah.
Good.
Oh no, yeah, sure. Yeah, you're still on the planet. Absolutely. That's actually perfect. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I will turn to the minister and say, it's been a pleasure making first contact. We have protocols to follow, and we will be sending you information. For now, I do have to return to my ship. We're not, and we'll take stock of where the Jem'Hadar ship is going. If you saw our documents, they have a history of not taking things like this very well. But we're not leaving just yet.
It was a pleasure meeting you as well. What just happened there?
You mean?
Oh, Captain, we may be new to the intergalactic scene, but we are not new to threat and conflict. What was that?
The Dominion has entered Federation space and started attacking and colonizing worlds against their will.
So we just sided with their enemy, is what you're saying to me.
You have sided with a peaceful protection force.
They said something about our atmosphere and that it had exactly what they needed.
Can you tell me more about that? Or is that
No, that was the kind of gist of it. They seemed very happy with some of the elements in it.
So far.
Yes, Captain.
Sofa, could you do a full atmospheric analysis of
from the ship, maybe
from the ship when we return, and see if you can identify which may be of benefit to the the Dominion?
Actually,
of course, Captain.
Doctor, can you assist?
Dr. Doug, actually, on your medical tricorder that you said you had left on the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so because you left your medical tricorder on the whole time, you've been scanning basically the atmosphere the whole time, along with the fact that you've got information from a Dr. Julian Bashir. He's been publishing a lot of papers on the Tsleil-Waututh phenomenon lately. There's an element in the air here that seems to have really good potential for manufacturing. It's one of the key components of Tsleil-Waututh.
Huh.
They could literally harvest the atmosphere if they need to.
That's not good.
I mean, it could be not good. It could be not bad. Like in a sense, humans and most humanoids harvest the atmosphere whenever they breathe. But I mean, if it's one of the key components, you'd have to have more study. But if it's one of the key components, I mean, you could have Jem'Hadar forces on this planet that wouldn't need Tsleil-Waututh.
Right, exactly. That's kind of what I'm worried about, is if they have a place to manufacture it in the
Yeah, this could be one of those spots. Well, in the Alpha Quadrant, they wouldn't necessarily yet. There might have some spaces in the Cardassian space. I think they might have attacked by now. But on this side, that would be really bad if they're expanding their protocols onto this end of the Federation too. So you're getting kind of like this weird pincer moment, right?
Then they could start cloning Jem'Hadar on this side.
Yep, and you figure they probably got here through Romulan space, because Romulans have signed that non-aggression pact with them.
Well, I prefer the non-aggression because nobody wants that.
I mean,
I'm gonna leave that there before I get myself in trouble.
So how much time do you spend on the planet? Like a couple hours, like visiting and kind of getting to know and proper introductions. Let Sofek and Dr. Doug actually go and like check doctors' records.
I'll bring Yesikov down for this one. Introduce them to the number 1 and number 2 of the ship that they sided with, and also so Yesikov can give them some more information on who they've joined, why, because how this process works. She's familiar with it, right? Jessica, you know.
For what it's worth, can we leave Yezikov on the ship?
Yes, I'll do that.
Is that okay?
Sir, I think I'll say on the ship the presence of the Jem'Hadar ship is still
That's a good
threatening
idea.
the Haida.
Yeah, then we'll do that. I thought they actually left the system, but that's okay.
Slowly.
Yeah, it is kind of
They
slowly.
still pose a threat. Yeah.
Okay.
They're acting strangely.
So
You are
that.
safe then.
We're good down here for now, but we'll beam back up in a little bit.
Very good.
Yeah, Dr. Doug and Sobek, they can go. I'll keep Beagle and Luther with me.
Okay.
Cool.
Yezikov, you just hear Beagle in the background. Oh my god, it is so amazing down here. First contact! No, I'm not kidding. He's doing selfies with his tricorder.
Hollow projector or whatever that camera thing.
Yeah, hollow imager.
Very confused ambassador.
Yezikov, back on the ship. So it's been a few hours now. It's been quite a few hours since the Jem'Hadar have left. Yezikov, Zanny and his away team have stayed on the planet for some dinner and kind of like a new ceremony welcoming them to the planet. And you're getting kind of like a strange reading on your ship, on the one of the officers on the bridge. Commander.
Yes.
We've got. I think it's incoming, sir.
Incoming what?
Well, it looks like an asteroid.
On screen. Please.
And so on the screen you see the image of a planet, and then it kind of does like one of those lined tactical views, and it pans out, and then you see it to like an asteroid that's incoming, and the asteroid's kind of coming over towards the planet. You can see kind of like the line of which the asteroid follows, and it looks like it's not like your usual comet trajectory, and it looks like the asteroid's designed to hit the planet within the next hour.
Okay. Do I know any like Jem'Hadar? Like I have a specialization in like tactics.
Give me a
Does
search.
it look like the Jem'Hadar? Is that like a thing that they do?
Give me a roll. Let's do. What are we gonna do? We're gonna do insight and security.
And I need to bump that up. Not very insightful.
How'd you do?
However, I get 3 successes.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Did you roll a 1?
No, I used my focus, Xeno weaponry.
Okay, awesome.
Or like,
all right.
Yes.
So, Yezikov, because the Jem'Hadar have been kind of like elusive in their tactics, and you guys do not really know a lot about them other than they're just really nasty to fight with. Yezikov might not put this past them, but this is not. Let's do a one-on-one with Yezikov. This is not a kind of like a standard tactic of the Jem'Hadar you've ever heard of. They've never thrown an asteroid at, and like there was a lot of bigger asteroids in their belt, so it is possible that this could be naturally occurring.
Okay.
Highly irregular, but you have to acknowledge that there is that possibility.
Super sus.
Right, absolutely, and I'm sure that half of the people listening right now are like, Tim.
Yeah.
It's them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we cannot. There's a high possibility that this might be a trap, but we cannot let the people of this planet be destroyed by this asteroid. The captain is away, and so we will go and attempt to destroy it before impact. Does anybody want to play Sarah? This is all my 2 characters are the only ones left on the bridge. Whereas Gurkhan.
Gurkhan's here.
It's
We may
Commander.
be bracing for impact soon. We will be destroying an asteroid. If you could load foot on torpedo, just in case necessary. Phaser
Great.
should be able to do the trick, though.
So, who's everyone's second? Sofak, who's your second?
Got an engineer.
Yeah,
Galak.
Galak, right? Okay. And then,
Operations to the bridge.
oh, hey, guess what, Matt?
Richard.
Oh, we need to make a second for you. And Richards
Yeah.
is on his way?
Yeah.
Is
Richard
Richards
Larkin.
operations?
I believe he is. I think that's what made him.
I need someone to
Yeah,
be operating this.
He's ops. He's an operations officer.
All right.
When he gets to the bridge, please take Sophie's station.
But I'll just use my own terminal.
Okay,
I'll
whatever
transfer that
works.
shit.
I
I'm
need
not
you on
dealing-
scanners.
On it, boss. Not dealing with that recurring passcode crap.
And Matt, we need a secondary character for you. So we've got engineers. They're working on it.
Should make a holodeck specialist like Barkley.
Well, I was gonna say, why don't you play Sarah for now? But we got to come up with a secondary character for you, so that
Okay.
when we have situations like this. So Sarah is Sarah's our pilot. She's one of our helmsmen. She is quite literally one of her values is cool as a cucumber. Everything is 5x5, Captain. Like, she is almost never showing any emotion beyond just like cool, calm, collected, and she flies like she flies.
She's a slightly more fun Vulcan.
Oh. Wait, she's
Yeah,
Vulcan?
she's
a
just-
lot more fun.
No,
I
she's
should say.
human.
She's
That's
just
the
laid
point.
back.
Yeah.
She's
Way
just
back,
like, yeah,
sure.
whatever. It's cool. Whatever's cool.
Yeah, I got
Cool.
this. I got this.
Her
Her-
character sheet should be in there.
Her and Luther's favorite holodeck program is just a beach.
Yeah.
Nothing special, just a beach.
Is that what it is? Just
Mai
beach.
Just
Tai.
a night. No Mai Tais, just a beach, one towel, one umbrella, and they're like, "What do you want to do today?" That's their type of hangouts.
Chill,
kick back.
wash in the water.
You want to play volleyball? Not really. You know, just sit in the beach. Yeah.
I'm giving you guys chill music in the background right now for this, just so you know. All right, so so the ship kind of like breaks orbit and heads towards this asteroid. Are you going to let? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gurkhan goes, "Commander, should we inform the captain of what's going on?"
The captain is currently in the midst of delicate diplomatic matters.
Aye. There is a world-ending event heading his way, though.
He's
Hell?
having dinner. I
Gurkhan
sense a
will make sure
disturbance
that
in
it
my
doesn't get
starship.
the world.
Okay, that's awesome. Well then, Gurkhan, make sure it doesn't end the world. That is the quote of the night.
Excellent.
If the
Gurkhan-
Jem'Hadar arrive, show their heads, or if the situation becomes more drastic, we will let him know, of course.
Aye, Commander.
Mr. Richards, please continually scan for Jem'Hadar activity.
On it,
Please.
boss.
Sarah, please take us out.
Roger.
The intercept course for the asteroid.
Okay, Sarah, give me a. Boop, boop, boop. That's literally Leah does too, so I'm sure Sarah does that every now and then. All right, so can I get a piloting roll for Sarah, please? We're gonna do. Give me a control and con, please, for Sarah. And what is Gurkhan doing? Well, like, are you guys gonna start analyzing? Tell me the plan here.
First thing
We've
Gurkhan's gonna
you've got like, and in physical time, you've got 20 minutes to solve this before the thing hits.
First thing Gurkhan's going to do is he's going to send a message to Galak in engineering.
Okay.
He's like, "Get as much power out of this warp core as you can. We're going to need every ounce of it."
Just once, I'd like it that we don't need every ounce of power. No, it's always every ounce of power, not half the ounces.
I learned this word recently, ounce.
Ounce.
And then
Not
what
even a
Gurkhan-
measurement of power.
Gallic
What
is
are we baking?
Gallic is a Tellarite, just to throw it out there. He's got
and then
it's a surly one.
a surly
Let's
Tellarite.
say.
Yeah, what's it to you? Want to fight about it?
Gurkhan's going to start. Shit.
Okay, don't do that on the
Star
bridge.
ship?
No.
Isn't
I-
that the ship
Maybe-
motto?
Analyzing how
I
we
wa-
can break
I-
apart the asteroid.
I wanted to say, analyzing, not my specialty.
Attack.
Powering stuff up, much more my specialty. Gurkhan
Well, you've
is-
got your Richards. Richards could do it.
Yeah, he's going to do that, but what Gurkhan's going to do is he's going to start setting up the focus on the phasers to be more of like a cutting beam rather than like what they are now, like a mining
okay.
beam. Like maybe we can just mine chunks of this thing off if we have to.
Oh, I mean that's kind of a cool idea. All right, I dig it.
Perhaps
half,
we
so
can
it's not
also
large enough.
alter
Also,
the
He's thinking about the tractor beam as well. And he's wondering which one's better, and he puts it to the commander. Commander, would you recommend destruction of this asteroid or the attempt of moving it?
Before you answer that, Commander, can we get a roll, please, from Richards to do a sensors check on this asteroid, so you have better information before you decide what to do?
Got it, boss. I'm assuming that's reason science, and I'll be using the ship's sensors, and
Yes.
I'd like to use what do you call it? Momentum for that. Do we have one?
Momentum? Yeah, there is momentum.
All right. I seem pretty good at this with my operations, so let's give this a go. Huzzah! Something happened.
Ooh, a 4.
Oh my God!
And the ship supports for one more.
Holy cow! Okay, well,
So what the asteroid have for breakfast?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Man, there seems to be a new mineral in that one. I didn't even know that existed. I'll
So-
add that to the
so-
cereal table.
Arcanite.
So that actually is true. There is a new combination of elements in that you haven't seen before,
Cool.
and it does kind of like show you. Here's your kind of like throw out first bit of information you can use before you use the 2 momentum you've got out of those. Oh, you have 6 successes. 3 momentum you've got for gathering information, and then whatever else. First off, the transporter is not the tractor beam will not work.
It'll not lock on.
No, the elements are just gonna like they're completely tractor beam kind of counterintuitive.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let the commander know that whatever this thing is made out of, one of them apparently now named Larkanite.
Larkanite, nice.
Larkanite.
Writing it down.
Larkin's family, if you didn't get the last name, has a history of naming things after science they discover, even if they're bad. Check out Larkin's name. Anyways, one of the questions is he also wants to know, like, how volatile is this particular? Like, if we shoot this thing, is it going to be like brick? Is it going to explode really?
So if you shoot this thing, it's not going to necessarily explode, but it is not going to be kind of like good news bears all around. If you shoot this thing just right, you could slice it. You could make it smaller.
Right.
You get the feeling that your phasers are not going to be enough to vaporize this thing. It's just too big.
It's too big, too dense.
But making it smaller might actually make it worse.
Because then we'll have 2 fragments hitting the thing and or little bits.
Yeah. Do you want to use gather more information and use another momentum?
I do.
Okay, great. So you've got 1 left now, right?
Yeah. About
Great.
1.
So if it gets into smaller bits and pieces, it could cause atmospheric problems because it doesn't look like this thing is going to burn up in the atmosphere the way you kind of maybe hope it would if it were smaller pieces.
Right.
That same element, Larkanite, that you've just named, that is resistant to the tractor beam, is also about to cause some pretty big havoc with anything going up or down in the atmosphere, and has enough reflective possibilities that it might cool the planet's surface substantially if it gets in the atmosphere.
I relay all this to the commander, and then, Commander, may I suggest, since we can't use the tractor beam and shooting it might not really work that great for everybody, maybe we could, I don't know, put some probes on it and use their thrust to push it out of the way?
As you're kind of like having this conversation on the bridge, I think Gurkhan would probably do this. He just kind of throws up a countdown on the bridge screen, and there's 10 minutes left.
Can we do that, Gurkhan, in less than 10?
I don't think we'd have enough pushing power in probes for this.
You could try.
We could try. We do have a quantum torpedo as well.
You do?
We could try to diminish it as much as we can with a quantum torpedo.
We are not authorized to use that.
We're not authorized to use it on vessels. This is not a vessel. This is a world-ending event with our captain on board.
Very true.
Yes.
Commander, if we do the calculations just right, we may be able to slice this in half by the time. But if we don't, then it hits the world and bad things happen anyways. Just,
Yeah, run calculations on the torpedo, please.
On it, Commander.
Slice it in half. I'll help.
So, torpedo, what do you want me to roll, Tim?
Well, let's get to. I assume you'd get your engineering team. So Galak, give me a help roll with that, assist. We're gonna do. Jesus, this is daring and engineering. 100%.
I'm going to use a determination.
Which determination are you
I'm going
going to
to use a crazy plan is better than no plan.
Nice.
I'm not going to roll for veteran because I'm assuming this is near the end of the adventure anyways. And I will not use the momentum because I'm thinking Gallic might want it. No, you can't use it. I'll use it.
Nope. Yeah,
Okay.
no, better for you to use it anyways.
And bam,
Nice.
5 successes.
Dear Lord. Okay. So quantum torpedo at the exact right place could do the trick. But if it's off by even a meter.
I relay this information to the commander and I go, Commander, you are the best shot on board. We need you to line this one up.
Yes. Yes, of course. Richards, this new mineral, will it cut through our shields?
Great question. Let me check.
Yes, it will.
Yeah,
Of course
it'll do
it will.
that.
Why wouldn't it?
So we're gonna want to, get out the way. Move.
All right.
Yes, Commander.
Did you just quote "move, get out the way" in Star Trek? I just want to. Yeah, okay.
I
That was
just
nice.
finished
Nice.
the
That was
That's
good.
that song
Yeah.
is classical music in Star Trek.
Gaelic,
We're hip on this ship.
load quantum torpedo.
Torpedo loaded, tube 1.
Okay. Do you want to get Sarah to make some evasive actions? Because that would give you a bonus on your attack roll. So Sarah, can I get a con and daring and con in this one, please?
Roger.
You have evasive. So so you've got your it's an added success, right? Is that what evasive does, or it lowers the difficulty by
It
one?
lowers the difficulty.
Yeah. So
She's got like a whole bunch of talents. I don't know.
I know she does.
Whatever.
But for Yazikov, so the
Yeah.
difficulty for this just went from 4 down to 3.
Okay. I will use a determination.
And the ship is kind of doing one of those like really like it's starting to rotate in space with the asteroid as the asteroid's rotating.
Okay.
And kind of like from the outside view, it looks pretty amazing.
If you've watched the most recent Discovery.
Shh, that's where I got the idea. It was so good.
So I'll
He needs to
use-
put Blue Danube on the intercom.
I'll use first contact determination because first contact would go poorly if they were all dead.
I'll allow that.
Last contact.
Sorry, I'm just fighting a sneeze. Okay, so that's the difficulty is reduced by 1 to 3, and now I've got 2 successes. Is that correct?
Yeah, for the critical.
That is indeed correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Then I will take the shot. I have focus by shipboard tactical systems. Do we have any momentum left?
There are 2 momentum in the pool.
I'll use 1 to buy a dice. I'll take the shot. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
That's
control and
insight.
security.
Yeah, it is.
Control.
So in this case, it is daring insecurity because you are doing something that's not normally done.
But you got a 5.
I know.
I
Oh.
know.
2, 4,
So
6.
then a
that
4.
works.
And actually,
gonna-
insight was lower too.
Reroll that 0.
Why do you get to reroll the 0?
Because I have cautious security. Actually, no, I'm not going to, because if I reroll it, it's a
Critical failure.
A critical
It'd be a
failure.
failure.
I don't want
You have 6
So,
successes. Take
that.
it.
Yeah. Meh.
Okay, so 6
I have
successes.
6 successes. Yeah.
All right. So the thing
Fire!
Kinda...
I had to have my Kirk moment.
we
good.
fully appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw, Beagle is gonna be so sad he missed this.
You got
Um,
first contact.
As
You
you
can see, you can
fire,
watch the video playback.
as you fire, the torpedo leaves, and then you feel the ship kind of just like rock as it's hit by something.
Of
Your
course.
ship is hit.
Yeah.
And Richards, you're on con, I believe.
Con, no. Sensors. I'm an ops.
Since you're an ops,
Yeah, Sarah's got the con.
Sarah's got the con. Okay, well, so on ops, you have detected an attack from behind.
Can I get it like 0.1 of a second where I go, Commander, work!
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And the ship rocks. We're going to take 1, 2, 3 away from the shields, please.
Oop.
As something literally just kind of cuts through and is going to do 4 damage to your ship.
Pick a section.
I will roll a d6.
Shields
four,
up!
sorry,
Red
4
alert!
damage.
Shields are up!
Number 4 is what I rolled.
Yeah, so sorry, you didn't get 5, so it was not a breach.
No, it's not a breach.
Yeah, so 3 minus 4. So a total of 7 damage because it's minus 3 from the weapon being a special rule and 4 from the actual damage.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So it did 7 altogether. So
Yeah, and we have resistance 4, resistance minus 3 for your special ability or whatever it was that added 3 more damage.
basically 3 of it's going through the shields.
Okay.
So something is cutting through your shields. That
If
4
anything
damage
goes-
gets
if-
through.
So 3 of it is 3 breaches.
What?
Wait,
What?
That's how combat works. If you get through the shield, each damage past the shield is a breach.
No, you have to do 5 points of damage.
5.
Nope, not through the shields. 5 points of damage when shields are up is a breach. Each point of damage you take with the shields down is a rollable breach.
Have we been doing combat wrong this whole time?
No,
No,
we've
that-
never,
You've
we've
never
never
cut
had
through the
shields
shields
down.
that
We've
bad.
never had shields down before.
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
We've
Oh, yeah.
definitely
I
had.
thought we have.
piercing
Okay, that's
through
fine.
bridge, yeah.
So it does 1 damage. It's going to do 1 breach.
Yeah,
What's number
1
4?
breach. Structure.
Great.
That's
So
bad.
your structure takes 1 breach.
So since we take a damage to the structure, that means we might have a console explode.
You do. It's going to be Beagles.
Uh-oh. Isn't Beagle on the planet?
But he's on the planet, so it's okay. Oh, he's going to be so mad that his fake red button's gone.
Redo all of his.
Yeah, he's going to have to redo his entire console. He's going to be so ticked.
Since Larkin's facing the other way and sees it explode, he just looks over and goes, "Oh, he's gonna hate that."
Okay, from behind you, there is that Jem'Hadar MF coming up from behind.
Commander,
Yesikoff, you're
Dirty
Jem'Hadar
rock
shifting right
hits!
behind us.
Yeah, shields up, red alert. Turn her around. Hand it
Turn
over
this
Sarah.
piece of shit around.
Just,
Yeah.
I yell up. The shields are up. They went right through.
Yes.
Roger, returning.
Yeah.
That was perfectly done. Nicely done.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did the asteroid go down at least?
So the asteroid broke into like 5 big pieces. It looks like they're all going to miss the planet,
Good.
but the planet is going to get hit by some of the debris.
Yeah, we Armageddon it.
Like, okay, sorry, Tim. Does that
Armageddon
mean that
versus
the
End of
planet's
Days.
safe? Or
The planet is safe for now.
As long as it's not deep impact.
Okay.
So it's
Send back a science
more
team to fix
Armageddon
it.
than it is Deep Impact.
Great.
Okay.
So
And
the
no End of
the
Days.
5 big pieces are gonna kind of like span out, and they're gonna all bypass the planet. But the residue they're gonna leave behind is going to hit the planet.
And that's like I'm
Bad
just
in
trying
the
to
long
determine whether I need to block that debris or not.
There is no way you can block this debris.
Cool.
It's like dust going into the
Yes,
atmosphere.
it's exactly what it is. It's dust going in the
global
atmosphere.
warming.
Billions
Okay.
of particles of dust.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've just accelerated global warming on this planet. No big deal.
Tight.
We'll send
Tight,
back
tight,
a
tight.
science team. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Second contact. Second contact.
Yeah.
Okay,
Send down an anti-terraforming machine.
you've got a ship coming at you. They are pissed.
Yeah.
Evasive
Evasive
action.
maneuvers.
It's you, Sarah.
Yep.
Okay, give me evasive action.
For Sarah, I'm gonna get the wrong stat line.
Troll
I'm
and
so
con.
rarely.
I'm
play
reading in
Sarah.
I'm reading in the book what the actual ability.
What is
what
it?
you have to roll.
It would be control and con.
Precise evasion.
That helps.
That what
She's
you
got it.
that's what she that's that it adds to her roll.
Yeah. Precise.
Just
evasion
give me a
and-
con. Just give me a con and a con, a command, a control and con. Gee whiz, that was hard to do.
And the ship supports with engines and con, correct?
Am I still rolling 2?
If
We
you-
have momentum if you want to roll more.
Also, if you spend
You have 3 momentum at the moment.
If you spend 2 of them, Doug, what precise evasion does is it. Anytime we take an evasive action, it makes it harder for the weapons to hit, but because it increases difficulty. If you spend 2 momentum when you use precise evasion, it doesn't affect shooting. That's what it does.
Okay.
So you have to
So we
spend 2
should.
momentum to do it. Up to you.
Can I use 2 momentum?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
would.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
Precise evasion with the 2 momentum, and then I'm still just rolling 2
Yes.
that's still
Yeah,
for
two.
the task, the actual task roll. Okay.
hmm
And what did the momentum do? It
It makes it so that it's not harder for us to shoot while evading.
okay, great, thanks.
Deuce.
Support. 3.
All right, Sarah, evasive action is secured. So it's going to be harder to hit you guys, and you do not lose your difficulty to. You do not increase your difficulty to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Roger, evading.
All right, my turn. So they are going to. They shot their beam. They can't do that again. They're going to try and match your roll.
Sarah's flying. They can't match Sarah's flying.
So this isn't Beagle. Tim just forgot to ink. I can't find my character sheet. Shut up, everybody. Control and con. And so it's harder to hit you now, right? So it's a difficulty of 3. I'm going to use a threat to add another dice to my pool. All right, they're going to keep up with you. So that pilot is okay. All right, one of your turns. So Sarah's gone. Who's going next?
Can I try and find a weakness?
Yep, nice and quick. We got 3
All right.
minutes before they do
Cool.
something.
Here we go. I will use a momentum to do that, and I'm using ship sensors, so I will need their help with a sensors and security check. And I just
Okay.
Let's do this thing.
You got a 4.
Plus the
Right,
ship
4?
critted.
No, so 6.
Okay, so you're going to get 3
Hit.
momentum. Oops.
Yep. And we gain, for the next attack, we gain piercing 2, and we ignore for the critical, any other bonus d20s are purchased for the next attack, and it puts +1 damage. So any criticals get +1 damage,
Okay.
bonus 20s, and we get piercing 2.
So you swoop in, you're going underneath, and as you pass underneath, you see where their tractor beam was at one point. It looks like there's a gaping hole, and you can see energy fluctuations around their shields in that spot. It looks like they've overtaxed their tractor beam with somehow. Weird.
Asteroid, I guess.
And it has kind of like lowered the degradation of their shields in that one specific spot.
Commander, you seeing that?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So they're going to take their next shot. This time they're going to try their disruptor cannons. So I am going to make my control and security shot. I'm going to use another threat to give myself another dice. Oh! I'm going to use another threat to re-roll that 0 crit that I just made. Ah, it's a 20. Yeah, I'm definitely going to just use another threat to eliminate that 20. So the 1 is a miss. They take a shot at you guys. You're kind of flying by and they miss. My turn is done. Yezikov, do you want to take a shot?
Yeah. She like beep boops the computer, adjusting the deflective electro-induced fusion to enhance phasers. Ready?
I am giving you a free friggin' momentum for that use of technobabble that I know you just looked up, and I love it.
Yeah.
So good.
There's a website. I'm using a determination, no stranger to violence.
Okay.
And fire! And I hit the like red button.
Do you want to use these other free momentums that you've got?
Yeah, I got the determination. I'm going to use the free momentum that you just gave me.
Do you want
for
to use 2
being a
more?
huge- and 2
do it.
more.
2 more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Alright.
use all of everything I can.
Use
What does
all
that
the
give me?
momentums. That's 4 dice.
4 dice. Okay. Focus used. Yes, and fire. Okay.
Oh yeah, Yezikov just
So
unleashes.
2, 4, 6, 7 successes.
Yeah. All right. So
8
Yezikov,
successes?
it's just like the Cheyenne, the Haida just goes into like lotus beam. Phasers just kind of like light up and just kind of like vroom, and focus in on this ship, and they cut right through that one spot. Roll your damage.
See Larkin do this. to
I'll
the-
do it. I got the damage. I got the damage, Leah.
All right.
Thank you. Holy
1,
shit.
2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5, 6, 7, 8 because of the sensors. So that's 8 damage. I'm going to remind Leah that I have put all power to phasers. Would you like me to re-roll those too?
Yes.
Or
Do
so
it.
using power. Let me figure out how to roll 2d6 on its own. Okay, that's a bit more damage. That's another 3 damage. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage. That would be...
Wow.
what's the resistance of the vessel?
-2 to
Doesn't-
whatever it is.
It doesn't
It's
minus
futile.
2 per effect.
Per effect, so it's got
it
no
has
resistance.
nothing
I have no resistance.
unless it's a cube.
And you've done piercing on your effects as well because of the earlier roll. So that's
Yes. So piercing and yeah, so 14 points of damage, all to the
8.
shields. Yeah, because piercing reduces the
Resistance.
resistance by 1.
Resistance.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
if
okay.
you're a ship of
So
5,
can you roll a d6 for me, or would you like to choose the system that you just breached?
Leah, pick a random number. 1 to 6.
4.
4?
What?
Yeah.
4. That's all to the structure.
Structure. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so they're in worse shape than you are at this point, and they don't seem to be able to get their shields up.
Your con's gonna put our shields back up because you can. Reason engineering. I don't think I need a momentum for this one because the difficulty is 1 for me. Oh wait, I get a free momentum because I know my ship.
Okay, there's a hail from them.
We have full shields and
Oh, son of a bitch. They're hailing you.
On screen. It's me. I put it on screen.
So, yeah.
It's my station.
Is there nobody in the captain's chair?
Oh, yeah, does
Yeah, I
Jessica
guess
sit in
not.
the captain's chair, or is she at her station on tactical?
No, I'm at my station because I'm firing.
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Okay, but before they go on screen,
Yeah.
I like hand on my console, leap over the console, and like try to
In the
land
chair.
in the captain's chair.
leg crossed, hand on chin.
Yeah, all right,
Okay.
sure. I mean, keep in
Was-
mind, if you want, you could be at your station. They would zoom in and look like you're just standing up, right?
That's cool. I'm gonna
Okay,
do
all
this.
right, all right. So,
It's unnecessary.
oh my God, Beagle is missing so much awesome right now on the bridge. He's like back on the planet, and he just kind of looks up. He's like, "I'm missing it. I know I'm missing it." Like he just,
He's just looking at the like 4 forks that are on the dinner table. He's like,
This
I don't know
means
which one to
something.
use.
Which one is it, guys? All right.
At that
So
moment,
it's
you also hear a can pop, like.
it's the Vorta, and you see like there's sparks flying. There's alerts going in the background.
Are you having problems?
Oh. Were at any other time in any other place, this would not be how this is happening. It's a shame, really. We could have done so much together.
Like if we were an undefended Federation planet
Yeah,
that you mercilessly took over.
like that. You're Federation. You're so weak. You forget things and you lose things. And tell your captain, Betazed was my idea. And she just kind of like cuts the channel, and then you see the ship just kind of like aim right for one of the asteroid fragments. Full on ramming
Commander.
speed.
Commander, may I recommend beaming that Vorta directly to the brig?
Their shields are up.
May I recommend shooting them and then beaming that directly to the brig?
Sorry, Tim. Maybe I don't get it. What would ramming it do? Are they committing suicide?
Yeah,
what's
they're
happening?
doing a last ditch effort run on that asteroid to knock it into the one of those large fragments that I
They're
said
trying
was.
to grab them with the tractor beam.
No, they're literally gonna ram it and push it into the planet.
But like, can I not grab their?
You
Oh,
can
with their
try, but
shields
their
are
shields are up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
May I recommend shooting their engines?
Yeah. Got like load another photon torpedo.
You're doing a photon torpedo, not phasers,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want a full spread?
Yeah. Yeah.
Full spread.
Zanny's gonna be so mad to miss this.
And I'm using my last determination.
All right. Which determination are you going to use? You have
Goes
two.
in family.
Okay. So you use
I'm not letting him die on that planet.
You can't. That one's off the books. It's been
Oh, I
challenged.
thought you said that I could use it. Oh, okay. But if I used it, it would.
You have a determination that activated it because it's been challenged, right? So you can't actually use it. So you can use the determination, but you have to use something else to do it.
Okay, so I use first contact. Ours is prime directive, first contact, and my other thing.
What are the other ones that you have?
I've already used No Stranger to Violence. I've got Proud and Honest and Survival in the Colony.
So if you use, you can't lose your family. We're going to have to come up with another one because you'd burn it.
I mean, there's probably something in the Prime Directive about this, right?
I'm sure there is.
Not
Yeah. Don't let-
destroyed.
I mean, isn't this
People die?
technically part of first contact, not wiping out the people that were
Yeah,
first
I already used
contacting?
first
She
contact.
used first
though.
contact though, so she
Yeah.
can't use that.
Okay. I mean,
Prime
like, if you'll
directive.
allow me to use Prime Directive, then
I'll let
I
you
would-
use it.
I
Yeah.
would use that. Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
don't we have like 1,000,000 momentum though?
No, you got one.
Yeah. Well, and I just.
Oh, no,
I'm
you
just
got a
gonna
whole
use
bunch of
everything
We have a
I
whole
can.
lot.
Yeah,
Varia used a lot.
That's right. Varia's got 4 more. I forgot.
And then I got 3 for my engineering.
They burnt those off earlier. Yeah.
No, right now when I fix the shields on my turn.
I just want to make sure they die, so I'll
Okay,
use my
okay.
determination.
That's free
Um,
momentum.
and
Copal?
Yeah, because I'm doing an engineering task and I know my ship, so it's cost 1 for me to do it. And
Oh
I
my
used the
gosh.
determination on it. If I was in main engineering where Gallic is, it would cost me 0 to put the shields up. Because the idea is every momentum that you get, you can spend on shields.
Good
But I
heavens.
spend 1 for 2.
Okay.
So I'm gonna target their engines. So like
Okay.
I want it cripple them. They're not
We're
going
dead in
anywhere. kind of thing.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So determination, 2 successes. I've got 3. What do you say? 4 momentum.
You got
so I can
6.
buy. Okay, so I'm gonna
You
buy,
can buy
2 dice.
1, 2. You could buy 3 dice and burn the pool.
Okay, I'm gonna buy 2 dice, and then I'm gonna have some left over to be able to reroll damage if I need to.
Yeah, because this one's not an energy weapon, so you can't use power to reroll the damage. And
Oh
then
So I got
God.
2,
Ship
4,
support.
6, 7,
ship
8,
crits
9,
as well. How is the
9
ship critting?
successes.
Plus 2? Or did you include the
No, I
2?
included the 2.
Oh
Yeah, so
my
9 total
God.
successes,
What?
and
I
then
mean, you hit.
Yeah,
And then the
give
photon
me some
torpedo.
damage, Gaga.
So this
What
is high.
happening?
This is high yield as well. Okay,
Oh,
so
sweet
2, 4,
mother
6,
of-
8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
And you use a momentum to reroll the zeros.
You can use the 1 momentum to reroll those 3. Which, let me.
Do not
three of
mess
them.
with Yezikov.
4 more.
I do not believe in a no-win scenario.
Wow.
I'll
a
also
lot.
be 4 breaches, by the way.
Okay, you vaporized the ship.
Can I, when their shields go down, can I try and get that board out?
You know what? Yes.
I'm going to use a determination to, I will do what is necessary to defend my crew.
All right.
2.
Daring and engineering.
You got it, boss. And I have 0 momentum, so that's what I'm going to use.
Are you asking for support from Gurkhan? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that's what I'm hearing.
Jesus Christ.
So we got a crit for 2. And do I know shields and transporters? And
Quick,
then
quick,
I got 2, it's 4. 6.
I need to make.
I rolled a
everything way more
a
difficult
natural
for you.
1 for Gurkhan.
Of course you
Gurkhan
did.
rolled the natural 1.
I mean, I will say, Tim, you did get 2 threat when we fired a full spread.
True. I got absolutely pummeled with that full spread roll. Okay, you're gonna get her.
I'm going to wait till the whole scene plays out. I'm not telling anybody this yet.
So the ship kind of like vaporizes full screen. You can see some of the kind of like the mineral element that you guys discovered, that reflective element. What did you call it? Larcanite. It's now raining down on the planet, and the planet's got kind of like a silvery sheen to it, but it's still there. So I mean, that's a huge win considering it was gonna not be there. And Zanny and Sofek and Dr. Doug from the planet, you're able to see kind of like, it almost looks like,
Fireworks?
yeah, I guess it would look like constant like glitter in the atmosphere. It would look like glitter. It looks like glitter in the atmosphere.
Wonder what happened.
I mean, that
you
photon
full on
tor-
see that explosion in the photon. You see all of that. Yeah.
You see the quantum torpedo go off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Zanny the Haida. You guys having fun without me up there?
Nothing to concern yourself with, Captain. Enjoy your meal.
Amazing. You know what? We're just gonna cut right there. That's where we're gonna end for tonight.
Just one thing. Because I didn't tell anybody. I'll say to the commander, "Hey, commander, I got a present for you."
Yeah.
And I'll put it up on the screen.
Nice. She's tracked
Or
inside
that.
of a transporter pad.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna end there. So there is gonna be a planetary issue we're gonna have to deal with in January when we come back. You've captured a Vorta. I wasn't expecting that. Well done. And you mostly saved a planet. So well done. First contact went okay. I mean, overall, I think you all did pretty well. So, good holiday game.
Yay, us.
Yay, you!
Saved Christmas on this alien planet.
We turned it into a snow globe.
Life
Don't
Day.
forget Kwanzaa.
You did turn it into a snow globe. Okay, so we went a little bit late. Thanks everyone for stuck around. Hey crew, have a really happy holidays. I'll miss you. See you in about a month. We'll be back
See you
in
next
January
year.
2nd. Oh my God! See you next year.
That joke's never old.
See you next
We have a lot of fun playing this. Feel free to comment and play along. Commentary in there in the chat is always welcome. And if you want to follow me on the GM Tim, we're playing Star Trek Adventures by Modiphius. The music you've been hearing throughout is from Norse Foundry. And yeah, it was super fun. We'll see you guys see you next year. Live long and prosper, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.